somehow, or over time, since I became governor, because I knew nothing about this stuff before, I've sat with these auditors, and I want the auditors to listen to me. And every time I sit with auditors, and they want to help some of us respond to this, or we want to understand their questions. When we want to understand the question, what they say is unlike what Senator Samburu is saying. They don't say liability, but they say when the auditors picked something of inaccuracies, and there's really nothing you can do about it, you agree that it was inaccurate. And that is, it's different from liability though, but you own up in English, you own up. So what auditors tell us, unless they're also misleading us, because I've sat with them before, when you have something that is inaccurately reported, you own up. So I think unless we are guided by somebody else other than the auditors, just allow me to finish. The auditors will respond. And I also had something about the auditors that I wanted to say a little bit. So they tell us to own up, and that is why the statements tend to own up on something that was inaccurate, and also refer that in future, when you own up, can I finish, Senator? When you own up something as a human being, the next set of action is you own up and provide that you will change in future. I think that is so human. That thing I wanted to say from the accountant, and I think Chairman is skipped that, Kidogo, my accountant guy here said something that some of the things should not have been in the audit query, and I think we left that. Maybe there are also gaps somewhere when you provide reports and yeah.
Chair, I think you need to give the auditor to clarify this.
No, I don't need to, because...
Please, Chair.
I don't need to, because the audit is a process.
They are ready to say something about that.
It's a process, a very detailed process, where if the county had issues, they should have raised those issues during the audit process. We do not want to start now coming here and say,
Chair, then what is the difference between owning up and a liability and accepting a liability?
You can say something, Honorable
Chair, I wanted to clarify on the issue of owning up. We normally give them 2 times to revise the financial statements, and every time there is an inaccuracy in the financial statements, the recommendation is always one. You reconcile those variances so that you can come with the correct figures. We don't advise them to own up. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Governor,
yeah. Putting on something that I can 100% sure say I was told to do. So, being the governor, they tell you own up and say auditor.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yes. And I think on the same, and I want the same auditor to confirm that those inaccuracies were addressed, and that's why we didn't look at query number 1 and 2, because they were already addressed. I want maybe him to confirm that.
You are completely out of order.
Mr. Chair, I think our understanding in this point was on...
Don't argue with the chair.
Okay.
There is a query. You have been told to respond to the query. Give your facts in that query. Don't say it was addressed. How was it addressed? It is only addressed after you have responded to the query and the committee thinks that the matter is satisfactorily addressed. You cannot, for example, you are referring to that query on inaccuracies. Look at your answer. Your answer is, Mr. Chairman, we have noted the concerns raised on the need to provide accurate financial statement. We have since corrected this. That's not enough. You document all the facts answering the query, and then the committee will look at it and say, yes, this has answered the query. You cannot just put one sentence response and say you have responded to everything. Auditors.
Chairman, before the auditors, can I ask, please, my CEO should be able, and I'm sorry to say this, should be able, even orally, to provide us with some answer, and understand totally what you're saying, of the variance between 53, blah, blah, 3 million, and then orally, just for the benefit of the committee, and for the comfort of the committee, even if you didn't provide this a report, at least someone can walk out here knowing that the 400,000 difference was not reported or recorded, but it is from somewhere. Just for the comfort of the committee.
Chair, I wanted to say before Samburu Governor says, I know the accountant who has just spoken, I hope he knows the audit process. You know, audit is a process. It's not an event. And when you own up, even the way the governor said, the auditors said you own up, you own up, and then